From yesterday's session, as it is just an introduction. So let me. Okay, I think this recording has been started. I'm just sharing my screen. Let me know once it's visible.
Yeah, I'm able to see.
Okay, as I said yesterday, I'm preparing documentation as well for you guys, so you can just refer. Definitely, you will have a video, as well as I'm just preparing this documentation for you, so you can just refer this in future as well. Okay, so something I might be miss in the session when I teach, but in the documentation I'm trying to add whatever the relevant and important parts. Okay, like that I will show you now. So introduction part I have added. Okay, this model, computing model, and then yesterday I forgot this deployment model. Okay, public cloud, private or on premises, hybrid cloud, multi cloud. Okay, so I realized when I preparing the documentation, so I just added that here as well. Okay, so you can just refer when you go through this documentation. So also one more thing here, shared responsibility model. So definitely you might get this question in the interview sometimes. So what are the shared responsible model in the AWS? Okay, so as a we have seen yesterday, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So in the infrastructure as a service, as we aware, some of the responsibility are from the cloud provider. It might be your Azure, AWS, or GCP. Okay. So some of the additional responsibility are from the customer end. What is that? It's basically like which OS you are using, selecting basically when you creating the infrastructure, then how you are patching a normal EC2 instance, so it might be Linux or Windows. Okay, how you take care of your security vulnerabilities inside the VM. Okay, definitely underline the hardware system, the physical machine will definitely taken care by the cloud provider. Okay, it's their responsibility, but as a customer end we are the responsible for on the top of that, like your software, your OS, security groups, firewall policy, like that. Okay, that is the something under the shared responsibility model. So when you prepare for the interview anything, so you can just at least aware about this, what is the shared responsibility responsible model. So there might be a few cases you might get these questions. Okay, so I have added that point in this documentation. Okay, so I will add this. If you look at my shared folder Google Drive, so there is a two folder you can see, recording and notes. Okay, so in that notes I will add this documentation in PDF format. Okay, so each things I am just trying to add whichever the relevant and important for you. So also I am just adding the reference link as well here. If you want more knowledge on that, you can just click on this link, so you will get on the proper page and you will learn more on that. Okay, also I have added this six pillar of the AWS framework, which is we learned yesterday. Okay, so additionally I'm going to add the definition. It's not a bigger one, just short. Okay, 2 3 lines. So what are the operation excellence, security, reliability, like that. Okay, and also I'm adding the reference link here. So here I have added the updated diagram, so whatever the recent information till yesterday. Okay, then I will continue with the other stuffs. Okay, here I'm not fully prepared as of now, I'm just preparing, so I will add the detailed steps here for each topic. Also, I'm just segregating the day wise, like I will fully prepare, and I also want to make sure how much days it will take to complete this entire batch. Okay, like day 2, day 3, whatever. So in according to that plan, we can just go through on the weekly basis. Yeah. So this way. And one more thing before start, I want to just make sure like you will just I need to some break here because I need to attend some personal marriage function on the hometown. So 20, I'm just traveling for hometown 29, like this weekend, 30 and 31st. And then I will return from there 6 and 7. So I don't want to miss this too much gap here. Okay, for you. So is that possible for everyone? If we can connect between weekdays just for 4 days, evening time, like in India time. 9 to 11 or 8 to 10 something. Is that possible for everyone? Just to fulfill this 4 days gap, 30, 31st, and then 6 and 7. This one. So I will resume my next journey to 8. So before that, if you are available in the weekdays or something, evening time India, so we can just connect in between.
Can you repeat the dates, maybe? So based on that,
30,
I can
30 and 31st, I will travel to hometown,
Hmm.
and then from hometown I will return back on 6 and 7.
Oh, okay. So, meantime, you are planning to cover in weekdays, right? One to fifth,
Yeah,
1 to 5th in between.
yeah, 25 to
Oh,
28.
25 to 28th. Okay.
Yeah, evening time.
Okay.
Is that possible? Otherwise, we can just go further. But I just try to avoid this major gap here, this 4 days, which is 15 days approx. If we just calculate working days. So if possible,
I will
everyone.
update you on Monday. Yeah, I will update you on Monday. Is that fine for you, right? Maybe we have more time to.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Yeah, yeah, that is fine.
For other one, Ganesh, I think you are working in shift.
Yeah, it is not possible for me because thing is that I'm working in the second shift,
Right, right.
and from the office I can't join the session because already
Mm,
some
yeah.
calls is going on and other things are there. So it is not possible for me. But if whatever the portion you are just covering
Mm.
on that timing, if you are taking care for the Linux or AWS, I can watch the videos and you can go ahead. It will be not difficult for me. But if you
No, no. If
are,
the major folks are not available, then definitely I will not go ahead because I want live session and everyone wants to be there.
yeah,
So
no, the thing is that uh, if uh, if Linux and other things are there, you can take care. We can, I'll be give you, you can, I can study from the videos only. That is not a problem for me.
no, our first priority is complete the AWS first because they have multiple services, so it might take some time.
Yes, yes.
Then we can probably start with the Linux in the next month itself. Or let me think on this, or if we can, we will definitely get 16, 17, and 23, 24. So we can just, otherwise we can just extend this batch or like half an hour something to cover more topics.
Yeah, not an issue for that.
Yeah,
Or else
yeah, we.
you can
Mm.
take on the 25th or 26th are the Holi is there. So if all the persons are possible, so we can connect second half and we can join.
Yeah, definitely we will have a holiday on this date.
Yes, maximum peoples are having the holidays.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that,
The today's most of the folks are not available in this call, so we can just drop a message on the group so everyone can aware. Then we can decide according to that.
yeah, not an issue.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So today, sorry, we will cover about this AWS console overview. Okay. As you everyone has the AWS account, so I will not go with this setup, like free tier account setup. You already have the account. So I will go with this console overview, how we can search the service and where is the option. Okay. How to contact the AWS support team like that. Then how we can calculate the cost before launching any infrastructure in the account. Then billing budget, how to set up the billing budget and what is the budget basically. And then we can see this. Okay. So let me log into this console. Anyone has any expertise in the Azure, or do you know any good expertise friend circle in friend circle? So there is basically one opportunity as a freelancing. So one US client is need on job support there daily basis based on their timing. I mean, in India time, it's night. If anyone has any friend circles on Azure cloud. Okay. So once we log into this AWS console, we will see like this. Okay. As a user, like user means as a cloud engineer or DevOps engineer, first, when we create any resources in the AWS account, first we need to decide the region here. Okay. As we have seen yesterday, the global infrastructure and okay, the region basically. Let's say you are completely business in the USA or Singapore or whatever, like Tokyo or UK. So definitely you can just go with the nearest region. Okay, just for the definitely cost perspective and the latency perspective. Okay, because which is the data center nearest to you, like a region. Okay, it will gives more better latency. It will not face major issues with the speed and other stuffs. Okay, so in the cost, how it matters, we can see in the calculator. Okay, because region wise cost will change little bit according to their local taxation or other stuff operating cost. Okay, based on that. So we are working in the Mumbai in India, so we can just choose this nearest region here. Okay, Mumbai. But even you working from the infrastructure as a core tools like a Terraform or CDK or Cloud Formation, whatever. So first you need to decide the region there. Okay. Definitely when we working in the real-time project, so client already decided the based on their locations, geographical locations. If the client from the India or US, so they based on that they can just select. Okay. So first select the region, then you can whatever the resource you want to create, you can just navigate to that based on the services like EC2, ECS, S3 or CloudWatch, whatever you want to design or create. Okay. So just remember these things. Sometimes you might face like you just created the resources in Mumbai region. Okay. But when you just log out and next day when you log in, so you might not focus on this region. Okay, you might just directly go to this EC2 service and you might see like your resources is not there. Okay, it's a zero. You can see now in Mumbai region one, but it's automatically sometimes your browser or console will navigate to by default North Virginia region sometimes. Okay, so just don't confuse on that cases. Just observe first the region, which region is redirected by default. So you can just change later on from there. It happens sometime only in the consoles. So just don't be panic out there if you're not able to see the resources. First check the region here. Okay. So here we can just change the region from this option. Okay. So let me start first from here. So this is just a normal your profile account, which is be managed from any particular applications. So here under your name, you can see your account ID, which is required for any support operations or something. Okay, and your account. If you just click on this account, you will get the normal settings like your you can change the passwords, contact information like that from here. Okay, like this from console main root user password you can change from here if you just click on this edit button. And billing contact information you can just add here. As of now it's a personal account, so I just mentioned my name here, but as a business perspective in the real time there might be a different contact teams there, billing finance team, operation teams and security teams. Okay, organization billing. So in the organizations, so in the real time cases, let's say there might be a multiple AWS accounts. Okay, for personal definitely we will have single accounts, but in the real time cases there might be different accounts. So to manage all the accounts billing from the single master account, so we can use this organizations here. And also we can see this different policies here, you can just from the single account you can track the all the account billing here. Okay, you can just simply just click on this and add the account. You can just mention the account ID here and just send invitation. So from here as well you can just observe the billing part. You don't need to log in each account and check the billing part. In this service quota, sometimes by default security point of views, AWS will not give us the unlimited service quota. Like you can launch 100 servers, EC2 instance, or 100 Lambda functions, or just for the example, or any S3 buckets. So because if your account get compromised or because of any password compromise, so in that case, spammer might use this limitation to create the multiple resources. Ultimately, it will cost as a billing part charges. So to avoid this kind of security point of view, spamming issue, AWS by default will not give unlimited service quota here. Okay, you can just click on this service wise and let me search EC2. If I click on this, you can see here applied account level quota default. Okay, so you can see here the default one, how much you can just create. For Elastic IP, you can just see the 5 IP address limitation. You can just increase later on. AMIs, you can create multiples 50,000 is showing. Okay, so you can see the different quotas here. If I just go to, you can see the multiple quotas here, service quota, C5 series, C5A series. Okay, if you just go this all the pages, you can see the different instance type limitation here. Okay, when you face any quota exceed limitation issue, so we need to come on this page from here and we can raise the request to increase the particular survey quota. Okay, if I go to this service request history, I have not requested any increase the request, so it's not showing anywhere here. Okay, but from this button you can just increase whatever you want to increase the quota in the billing and management. So this is the main portal basically for the billing. By default, we don't need to use any third-party tools. In the real time, some of the enterprise organization might use any third-party tools to track the billing and all the stuffs, utilizations. Okay, but as a normal user, we don't need to purchase any third-party tool to track all those expense. So we can just use this portal basically simple UI, and from the billing section, you can just get the month-wise billing here. So from here, you can just select the billing year. Let's say you want to see the bill for the February, January, or March or something. So based on that, you can just check the bills particularly. Okay, so you can see that my account is active from the 2016. So till that, you can just check any bills. Okay, if someone asks you, let's say just provide the bill for the February month or January month, you can from here you can just download it. Okay, and let's say let me give one more thing here. Let's say if you go to the last month like February and just here whatever the service you are using and how much you charge you are getting, you will see here. Okay, first you need to select the particular month here, then just scroll down service wise whatever the charges you are getting you will see here. Okay, as of now it's showing 00 because I am using credits here, so that's why the bill is not generated for me. But if you in the real time if you have any enterprise organization account, you will see the details here. Okay, if you for the know the particular details, how much data consuming and for the particular service, you can just expand simply and you can just see the details like region wise how much it's consuming. Okay, so sometimes by mistake if you created any resources in different region, so if you just expand this lambda function or any services for example, so you can see region wise cost as well here. So later on you can at least take action, like you how you can, if you have mistake, like to create a resource in different regions. Okay. So for the payment, you can see this button here to pay the bill. Basically, if I just click on this transaction button, you will see the transaction. I just renewed my domain yesterday. Okay, awsguruji.net. So you can see the transaction details. If I just change the date range here, under the transaction, you can just select the date range here simply and just apply. So whatever the transaction or bill you have paid till now, say 23 December to okay. So there are only single transactions, so it's showing single one. Okay. If you want to check what is this about to payment, so you can just simply click on this invoice ID and you will generate the invoice here. Okay. And you can see what is the payment about to it. So you can see the Amazon registrar here. I just renewed my domain, so you can see like this bill. You can see the bill in the dollar, but as you can pay in the Indian rupees as well. So whatever the currency you are getting, like you are at the region base. Okay. So bill will by default generate in the dollar, but you can pay your local currency. In the credits, if you attend any future AWS events like Awesome Day or something, so you will get $50 something there. So you can just consume that as a practice point of view. Okay. And you can just come to this section credits and you can just redeem your credits, whatever you get the promotion code there. But you will get this if you attend only any particular session from the AWS side. It might be an awesome day or any other days, reinvent or something. Okay. So you can see the different section here. You can just explore all the steps. Okay. So I will come to this important part here for budget. So as a normal user, okay, we don't want to pay huge bills unnecessary because of the manual mistakes or something. Sometimes we do practice, but we forgot to delete that resources. Okay. So in that case, we can just set up the budget here. Let's say you can see now I have set up the budget for the $2. So if my bill cross or it's around 85% or something near to $2, so I will get the alerts. So like your account is bill has been increased, something like that. Okay. So in that case, you can just log into your AWS accounts, and if you just forget to delete any resources, you can take the action as a personal account. Okay, because we don't want to pay unnecessary bills to the AWS. We want to consume the free tier resources. Okay. So what comes under the free tier? You can just see the section here, free tier. To set up this budget, it's very simple process, as we have already seen in the one of the video. You can just use this template format. Okay. I need to just set the budget, and you need to give the budget name here, whatever. Select the monthly period. Okay. And you can just set the amount, how much amount you want to set, like $1, $2, something. Okay. And then when you go to the next step, let me add any example here, $2. Here you need to set up your email alerts. Okay, here you need to mention your email address, which is you are actively checking daily basis, like your Gmail address or something. Okay, and you can just set up the threshold here like 80% or something. So before crossing the $2, so once 80% threshold reach about 1.8 something, $1.8 something. Okay, so you will get this alerts on the time on whatever the email address you have mentioned here. Okay, and just click on next and just save it. So this is the simple process you can just follow. Okay, so at least we want to avoid unnecessary paying the bills. So what will happen if you just forget this and you use any other out of the scope of the free tier limitations? If you launch any higher configuration servers or lambda functions, you trigger the lambda function multiple times, you store the huge data in the S3 bucket. So in that case, it's not you know sometimes it's not covering the free tier eligibility. So you will get the charges over there. If you don't pay like 1 month or 2 months or something after their certain number of notifications or warning, they send the reminder basically to pay the accounts. Otherwise, they will suspend your account. So at the end of the goal, they will suspend your account, nothing else. Okay. So in that case, either you can just pay to activate the same account, or you can just use different email address to create the new accounts. Okay. You cannot use same email address to create another accounts. So they might detect as your account is already there. So they will not allow. Okay. So you can just try that tricks normally, or you can just simply just raise a ticket. So how to raise a ticket, I will show you. So if you are a student like doing the practice for this any service learning wise, so you can just raise the request like I'm just student, I'm just practicing, and I'm not aware how to tackle this resources utilization and the billing part. So if you can just refund me or credit this bill, so I will happy to that. So we need to drop a proper message in that ticket, so we will get the refund for that. So they will not charge for that month, but they will also mention like just don't do the same mistakes in again. So otherwise they will not give the refund next time or credit. So if you just click on this free tier, you can see the free tier limitation basically. Okay, if I just search here EC2 section, compute, not coming. We can go one by one here. I think it's not coming here, but you can just search AWS free tier. If you come to this section, AWS free tier, we will get all the details like which stuffs we are getting in the free tier. Okay, this is the page. If you just scroll down a little bit, you can see the service wise. If you click on this compute, you will get the EC2 related limitations. So for EC2 instance, you can launch T2 micro or T3 micro instance only. If you launch apart from this like C4 series or R4 series, what is that? What is the C4 or R4 series? I will come to that part. Okay, but these are the only limitation. You can launch these servers only, basic servers, which has a 1 GB RAM or something. Okay, so for the practice purpose, it's more than enough. 1 GB RAM or 1 GB RAM servers. Okay. If you just click on this database service, you can do no do the practice for the database service, MySQL, Postgre or something. Okay. If you want to use DynamoDB or something, then if you just click on the storage, you can see the storage limitation like S3 bucket. So this will this page will show you all the limitations. So how much which service you can use as a for the practice purpose in the free tier eligibility, and how much limitation I will get. Okay. So if you can visit this page, you will get all the details here. Okay. Just you can just search AWS free tier, or let me give this link in the chat box. Any question till now on the budget or support? I will show you how to contact the AWS support team. Under the cost explorer, you can see the just you can compare the last 6 month bill or just view the history basically how the bill is generating, like which services consuming more, like that. From here, date range, if you can select like last 3 month or something and just apply, so it will show the last 3 month data. Okay, December, January, and February. Okay, so you can see if you just clear make take a cursor over there, you can see this service wise utilization. Okay, all the details you will get here, and also on the bottom side you can get this number notification like this color belongs to which service, like that. Okay, and here as well you can just see the details. And so on the under section, like you can just scroll down, so we'll get all the details here, service details like comparison wise. If someone said you like just give me the report for the last 6 months or 3 months utilization data for the cost point of view, so from here billing section cost explorer, you can give this report for the costing wise which service is consuming more billing in billing part. If you want to explore export this, I think save to report library, there might be some options. Yeah, download as a CSV, you can just download it, this data. Okay, so other options you can just explore. Okay, so now coming to this, how to support AWS team. Let's say sometimes we might face some issues in the AWS related to any service troubleshootings. We do troubleshootings whatever best in our efforts, but sometimes there might be some limitations when we export some documentation or our knowledge. So in that case, we can approach to the AWS support team. Okay, because they are the SME in AWS function support wise, they have a different service level SMEs, subject matter expert. Okay, so if it raise the ticket sometimes for the any their limitation issues or anything, so we can just approach them. How to approach them? So in this question mark, you can just see here support portal button. You can just simply click on this and just go to support center. Okay, so from here you can just raise any particular tickets related to your billing section like issues or any service limitations or any other troubleshooting areas. Okay, you can just select this two section is here, account and billing and technical. Okay, technical to create this technical ticket is not feasible eligible now because you can see here support plan is basic. Okay, so in that case we can just go with this account and billing. So when this option is enabled, so you need to change your support plan. So they have a different support model there, like basic, premium, and some other stuffs. You can see here. Feature wise, you can also see in basic plans, you may no not get prompt response like immediately. Just raise the ticket and you will get the answers within a 1 hour or something. Okay, it might be delay like 24 hours or something. It's depend on their availability. Okay, and the queue. If you just purchase this developer plan, so at least you can expect some better support plan model here. Okay, you will get this proper response and the you can contact to them proper and they will also respond on the time on this model. Okay, developer. Also the most of the or bigger organization like Flipkart or something or the enterprise levels, they might choose this business for enterprise plan. But as the normal cases, developer plan is very best to achieve any normal technical issues. Okay, we don't need to go jump into this higher one because you can see the cost $15,000 per month. So you can just calculate in the Indian rupees how much it will charge. Okay, so this is very cost expensive, but you can just for the developer support plan, you can just see this $29 per month only. Okay, let's say in particular months you stuck somewhere in the very major issues. So in that case, if you require support from the AWS from the AWS point of view, so you can just change the support plan to this developer and you can just use this features. Okay, so you can see the other features basically hours of operation, business hours, support person, support channel, email. Okay, and the general guidance response basically response time. less than 24 hours or system impact, major impact basically less than 12 hours. So in the enterprise, you can see this production system down less than 1 hours. So this is the more better on this plan, but as a normal user, we don't need to use this any plans. Okay, we will fine with this basic plan. Okay. So if you raise the ticket, you can just simply select. Let me try this technical section, and if I just go to this create case, yeah, you can see here, this will not allow to create this technical ticket. Technical support is unavailable under the basic support plan. Okay, so indirectly they will force us to change the support plan if you want to any technical support. Okay, like a developer or enterprise as I shown. But in normal cases, we can just simply go to this account and billing section and select any category, like let's say billing part categories, like charge inquiry, and you can just
Sir,
simply
if
go.
we want to waive off the bill, any bill which we have received from AWS, we have to follow these steps which you are showing right now.
Yes, yes. If you made any mistakes or forgot to delete any resources, but still you get the charges or something. So as I said, we can say, as like I'm a student, I'm just doing this practice to learn the
Yeah, yeah,
AWS
yeah.
services.
But
Yeah, like
the screen we have to follow this one.
yes, yes, this one, right.
Oh, okay.
Just go to the next step, and you can just add here like billing issue, billing charge, and you can just add in a test message here. Test message means actually the actual message, whatever you want to put in this box. And also if you have any other stuffs like a total your details like transaction ID, bill amount or something, you can just add here. Okay, and just click on next. So it will ask random data. So I'm just putting the any sample. I will not add any actual data here. Just click on next. Here they will normally suggest some based on the category we have selected the topic. So they will suggest automatically some resolution here. If you don't feel like they are not the relevant to us, you can just simply click on this contact us button, and you will get these three options: web, phone, and chat. So in the web, simple basically, you if you don't have any urgency, you can just select this web option and just click on submit. So you will get you will generate even ticket ID number. Okay, and based on their availability in the 24 hours, you can see here we will get back to you within 24 hours. So they will respond you based on their availability. Okay, and the ticket queue. So if you have urgent things, either you can use chat option or a phone option. So in the phone section, like you can just select your country code, phone number, and just submit. So within a few minutes or something, they will call you on your phone number in that case. Okay, and if you don't want that, so you can just simply the best option like we can just simply chat with them. Just simply click on this and just submit. So chat box will automatically pop up here. Okay, so based on their person availability, support person, he will join this chat box, and then you can just chat with them. Okay, so I will just close this chat box now. Otherwise, he will just join, and I will. So once your issue is resolved, okay, so you can just simply click on this button to resolve this case basically here. If I just come to this back, so you can just check your no when you created this billing a ticket history basically. You subject line I will just put like to the date, billing charge inquiry something. If you want to add any others in this ticket, you can just respond to this. As of now, we have just closed this ticket. So when you don't resolve this ticket, you can just add. You will see this option here to add more comments like that. Yeah, any doubts in this? It's just normal a ticket system where you can just, if you want to contact to the AWS support team or billing department, you can just use this option. Any doubts? No? Okay. So here you can see the bell icons. So bell icon is basically notification system from the AWS. If you have any, if they have any maintenance window or any patch activity or any like a service recommendation updation, okay, so they will send the notification here. Okay, so whatever the notification you will get, you need to check this bell icon regularly when you log into any particular AWS accounts. Okay, so if I just click on this, you will see the not service notification basically, and in that case they will give you all the details like what services impacting, what changes they are doing from their sides, something. Let's say Node.js Lambda function 14 is end of life. Okay, so if you are using any Node.js 14 based Lambda function in your account, so they will send the notification here. If I just go to this event log, I can see this billing notification, Lambda plan lifecycle event. You can see this. Okay, if I just click on this billing, so you can just get the details idea like your Amazon Route 53, which is DNS service, is providing advance notice of upcoming changes. So whatever the changes they are doing from their side, so they will send all the notification. And if you are using any resources, and it will come under the affected resources. Okay, this is for the just billing notification. If I look at this Lambda function, you can see we are ending support for Node.js 16. Okay, because now the latest version is 20 for the stable version. So they will send this kind of notification. We are ending support for Node.js 16 in Lambda for June 12. Okay. This follows Node.js 16 end of life reach on the September 11, 23. Okay. So in the future, basically going forward, you can create the Node.js 16 Lambda function. Okay. If you have any existing Lambda function based on this Node.js 16, you can just migrate to 20. Okay, latest version. And if you look at this affected resource, you can see if you are using any Lambda functions. See, I have 4 sample Lambda function which is in the test, so I can just simply ignore this. But in the real time cases, if you are using this Lambda functions, so you can just approach your technical architect or your tech lead or your development team, basically backend developer. Okay, and you can just notify them like we are getting this notification from the AWS system. Okay, so when we can plan this activity. Okay, because changing Lambda function version is not a straightforward job. There might be a compatibility issues. Okay, if you just simply from the infra side you change the Lambda function Node.js version 16 to 20. So as an infrastructure point of view, it's a very simple job for us. But as a development point of view, we need to think that perspective as well, because some function might need to change the library version or something or any database compatibility issues. So that developer will look into that section. Okay. For us, a responsibility, we need to collaborate with them, and we can just simply send this all the notification details over the email or Slack box, whatever there are you are using communication medium, and inform them like we are just receiving this notification from the AWS. Okay. And the service wise, you will get 2 options how to navigate to particular services. In the search box, we can just search any particular service like EC2, your EKS cluster. Okay, you can see here. If you just click on this, you will navigate to that service S3. Okay, this way. And you can see this. I have just bookmark services here for the quick action. Like I don't need to search every time. So which regular service I use, I can just bookmark here. Okay, how to bookmark? Let's say for the RDS, if I search RDS, you can see this star button here. Okay, if I just remove this, you can see RDS is gone here. If I want to back it, yeah, I can just simply click on this. You can see here. Okay. So this way. Another method is to navigate to particular service. You can just click on this services button. Just category wise, you can just go like compute. In compute, you can just see the services, EC2, Lambda function, something, beanstalk. If you look at this container, you can see the Kubernetes service, container, ECS. If you just click on this database service, you can see your DynamoDB, cache service, your RDS, okay, like that. So the best option is you can just search the service name here. If let's say you want to go to the VPC section, network part, so you can just simply search over here. And one more thing, let me go to the another section. To use programmatic your region code basically when we work with the going forward when we work with the your Terraform script infrastructure as a code or any other programmatic way access. So we would require region code here. Okay. If you specify like Mumbai, it will not work. So in the programmatic way, I will show you when we configure the AWS CLI. Okay. So here you can see AP South 1. Okay. For the Mumbai region. If you look at the Hyderabad, you can see AP South 2. So these are the region code where which we can use in the programmatic access. Okay. I will show you when we configure this AWS CLI. Let me make a note of this. So whatever the operations we are able to see here, like we can just launch S3 bucket, EC2 section. So same thing we can launch it from the AWS command line as well. Okay, we can use command prompt similar like Linux. So we can from there as well we can able to see the list out the S3 bucket. We can launch the any services in the AWS. That is a additional feature of their side. And you can also see the command prompt here, Cloud Shell. Okay. So any doubts till now before jumping into the cloud cost cost estimation?
No, Namdev, we are good.
No? Okay. Fine. So let's say when we design the architecture basically in the real-time industry, like we get the requirements, like we need to design the your EC2 section, load balancer, auto scaling, S3 bucket, RDS for the store database. Okay, all the stuffs we gather the information when we do the requirement gathering with the clients. Okay, now before actually creation of the resources, we can just estimate the cost basically. How much cost we will get monthly basis and how we can save that cost. Okay, so you can just simply search AWS calculator here. Okay, you will see this simple website. It's from the AWS calculator.aws. Okay, so from here we can just estimate the cost budget basically how much cost we will get monthly. Okay, just simply click on this create estimate. For now I will just show you with for the issue2 or any S3 bucket section. So first I just said you need to first select the region. Okay, so because I will show you the region wise cost will change. Okay, so if I look at this for Mumbai now and you can just search service like EC2, just click on this configure. So I need for the operating system Linux. Okay, then the number of how much instance we need like 1, 10, whatever you want to launch it. Okay, for now I'm just considering 1 and here we need a configuration like how much CPU or memory we required. Okay, so let's say you want to create the servers for the 2 GB memory and 2 core and 1 GB memory something. Okay, Either you can go with this series T3 micro, 1 GB RAM. You can see the section memory, 1 GB RAM and 2 core you will get. Okay, and the other details. If I just click on this T3 micro, you can see here the monthly cost $3.94. Okay, for the this configuration like Linux and your 1 GB RAM and 2 core. Okay, CPU. So now coming to this payment option, by default when we launch any services, it will comes under on demand section. What is the on demand? Basically, in the on demand billing options, we can launch servers anytime and we can terminate anytime. Okay, so there are you will get the other options as well here, compute saving plan and the other options here. This is basically the reservation. So if you want to, let's say you got the idea like this application will run longer than one year or something. Okay, so in that case you can just go with this saving plan option because that will gives you more cost benefits. Let's say if I just select this cost saving plan for on demand, you can just observe here its billing is coming 8.1 okay, per month. Okay, if I just select this cost saving plan for 3 years reservation, like but this option you can just select once you confirm like you want to use this application for the longer period of the time, like 1 year or more than that. So in that case, you can just go with this. Okay, you can just now see the billing. You can get the discount, massive discount, basically 50%, $3.94 per month. You will get the cost. If you just click on this 1 year reservation, you can just see you will get little bit discount over there. Okay, but if you just select more than 1 year, you can just see 3.94 Okay, so you will save lots of cost there here. But unless you only select if you confirm that you want to use this applications for the longer period of the times, because once we purchase this service saving plans, we cannot cancel. So we need to just make sure first for this costing wise for the but longer period of the time, saving plan is very best for cost effective. Okay, you can see the difference between cost this on demand and saving plan, $8.18 and just for the savings 3.94. So this kind of, this way you can just save the cost. This is one of the example. Additional part, you can just add your, EBS volume, how much volume you require, size, database size, basically. Sorry, hard drive size, let's say 30 GB. So you can add in this section. You can see the cost here. And if you just expand this show calculation, you can see the details. Like for the CPU, I will get this bill. For the storage cost 30 GB, you can just see this 2.74 USD for the storage cost. If you select other options, so based on that, you can use this calculator basically to select your get the cost estimates. If I just change the Windows operating system here, Windows Server, you can see the cost difference because Windows is little bit expensive than the Linux one. Okay, you can see there is a difference slightly. Okay, if I select the on demand for Linux, for Windows, it's showing 8.36. Okay, if I just go to the Linux base, see $4.78. So that is the difference. So because Windows license cost is involved. So also for the Windows machine, we will see that when we launch Linux machine, it will get by default 8 GB storage, not the 30 GB. But when we launch Linux Windows based machine, it will get the by default storage 30 GB. So that is also the additional point here. That's why the Windows costing is little bit higher than the Linux. Okay, so you can use this calculator to calculate your estimates basically for any services. I'm just showing the for the EC2, but you can just see for other as well. Okay, add yes or whatever you want from here service section. So now if let's say if I want to change this region, let's say North Virginia, for same configuration you can see $4.78. If I just change the region, North Virginia, see. So North Virginia is little bit cheaper. Okay. If I just change the region for Singapore, let's say, see the cost is different here. Same. So based on the region, the cost will change. Okay. If I select again Mumbai, see cost is different. Any doubt in this to generate the cost before launching the actual infrastructure in the account? Anyone? No? Okay. So now coming to this EC2 section configuration level. Okay. If you just search AWS EC2 instance type, you will see this website. Okay. So AWS has different configurations like in the normal, if you want to purchase any laptops. So what component we will ask? Can anyone please tell me? When we want to purchase any laptop or desktop, what components we will ask? Like how much configuration we required? What we will ask it to the shop owner before purchasing anything? Or what if you just ask the shop owner like I want to purchase laptop, so what is the first reaction from his side?
Hard disk.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Other?
that is, yeah, hard disk and mm,
Rate.
Yeah, the configuration basically. In the configuration, when we say about the configuration, it's like how much CPU and the memory you required, storage required, like that. Okay. But in this case, in this instance types, storage part is different. Okay. So whatever you are able to see now, this general purpose, computer optimize, memory optimize, okay, storage optimize, or whatever things are there. This is just only for the CPU and memory configuration and your network. Storage part is different things. Okay, you can whatever the storage you required, 30 GB, 20 GB, or whatever, you can just create it when you launch your instance. Okay, but in this section, if I just select this general purpose, and if I just select to T2 series here, basically, so this is just an instance family like configurations. So if I just general purpose is for the normal use cases, if you have a very simple to use applications, just no heavier traffic like that. So you can go with this general purpose. If you have a little bit higher traffic or you need better CPU performance, so you can just go with this configuration. Which one? Compute optimize. If you need sometimes like higher memory optimization instance, so you can just select with this memory optimize. So you can see the different options here. Anyone you can just select this, let's say R4 series. So you will get the all the details here. Like in R4 series, how much, what is the instance types series basically R4, R4X large, R4 2X large, something. Okay, this is just apart from this, you can just see the configuration like R4 large, what CPU I will get and how much RAM we will get. As we selected here the memory optimized, so that's why the you can see the memory is higher than the CPU. Okay, 488 GB maximum, 244 GB memory. Okay, if I go to the computer optimized section and just select any C4 or C5 series, you can see. So other details definitely you can just go through this. You can read about this how much which CPU and the up to 2.9 gigahertz Intel Xeon processor. Okay, we will normally see in the laptop, right? The which is the processor. So you can just see this configuration here. Okay, and from there you can see this C4 large, C4X large. So how much CPU and memory we will get in the C4 large? You can see the section here. 2 core and approx 4 GB memory you will get here. Okay. Also for the C4X large. So based on our utilization, when we create any resources, yeah, anyone in doubt?
Sir, is this chargeable?
Obviously,
And
because we will
where we can find the charges? How much charge when we select these things?
so we just see in the AWS calculator, right? So how much charge we can just get the charges estimate from here. You can just simply click on this. Let's say C4 large. Okay. So if we just go to this, just select Mumbai region, find service, just click on this search AC2 section, configure, and just go to the Linux instance one we required, and we can just either we can just search here, you can just copy paste. Okay, you will get here. Just select that, just scroll down, and you can just select by default on demand price, and you can see monthly you will get the $73 cost. Okay, for the Mumbai region. This is just only for the plain CPU and memory configuration, not for your hard drive. Okay, let me just go to the down, and if I add the EBS volume, so let's say you want to create the EBS volume for the 30 GB. Okay, just add the amount here. See, okay, the cost is just little bit and just expand this show calculation. You can see all the details. This is just for the storage cost. Let's say you have a 50 GB storage. You can see this is just for the storage cost, but overall cost is you can see here $77.56 USD per month. Okay. Apart from this, storage cost also involved. Like to see in the production system, we normally not create just servers. We will take daily basis backup. So that also involve the chargeable. Okay, because ultimately storing the storage when we do the daily basis backup and incremental. Let's say we have a daily backup. How much daily backup? Let's say your daily incremental data is not 10 GB. Let's say 10 MB. So you can see in the calculation. This is just for the daily incremental backup. Basically, amount changes per snapshot. If you have more than that data, let's say 100 MB, daily basis your data is increasing. So you can see the cost difference. This is for the normal on-demand cases. Okay. Let's say this is application you want to use more than 1 year. Let's say your 3 year or something. So you can just select this on saving plan, and you can see the 50% cost you can save if you purchase the saving plan option. If you don't want it, purchase the saving plan, so you can just see $80 per month you will get the bill. Is that clear? Sharat?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you can use whatever the configuration you want to launch. So before launching, you can just use AWS calculator to calculate the configurations cost. So at least you can just aware we will get this kind of bill per month. So these are the configuration basically. If I search look at for the C5 series, you can see you can go to this all the details like which is the CPU they are using. Okay, 3.6 gigahertz dual core. Then this configuration C5 large, how much CPU you will get, 2 core and the 4 GB memory, network speed, C4 C5X large. Okay, so depend upon the use cases. So normally if you have a not a major traffics or use cases, you can just go with this normal use cases general purpose. Okay, so AWS categorize based on that, so at least user can get the better idea which instance they want to use. Okay, So normal use cases you can go either T2 or T3. I would suggest go to T3 series because the last section we have seen that cost difference is approx 30% cost or difference something. Okay, you can see here it is up to 30% price performance improvement over T2 series. Okay, so they have a better speed optimization way for the T3 series. Okay, than the T2. So you will get this in T2, T3 micro. You can get this 1 GB memory and 2 GB 2 core and then network speed. So same thing if I want to check for the T2 series, you can see T2 micro network speed would be low to moderate. Okay, not the gigabytes something. So memory optimized instance we normally use for the database services because that's required more memory than the CPU. Okay, and normal EC2 instance levels like your EKS cluster node or something. So we use this compute optimized series like C4 or C5 series, which has the balance of the CPU and memory basically. You can see the difference. Let's say for the C5 large, 2 core and 4 GB memory, C5X large, 4 GB 4 core and 8 GB memory. If I just same thing check for the memory optimize, you can see there are more memories than the CPU. Okay. So any doubts in this? So based on the use cases, you can just select the this category basically instance family. Okay, so no questions till now. Okay, let me show you this AWS CLI. So then from next batch, so next session, we can just start with this creation of the instance tile. We can launch the Linux and Windows instance EC2 machine. Okay, and then we can just see these operations like how to take the daily backup, restore the other settings for the EC2, how we can migrate the instance to the different region or different AWS accounts. Okay, how to take the manual AMI and the snapshots. What are the difference between AMIs and snapshots? Then billing cycle, on demand and reserves we already seen now. Okay. Then some of the best practices, interview questions and real-time troubleshootings. Okay. Next session. So if I just check the quickly AWS CLI, it's basically command line tool. If I search AWS CLI, we need to two things required if you want to use AWS CLI. Okay, the command line interface. First thing we need to install this exe tools on our local machine. Then we need to create one users IAM users. So okay, we will cover that. What is the IAM users in the separate section. But for now, just in the short definition, it's just a user management. Like we can create normal users similar to Windows users. We will get the credentials over there, and that credentials we can configure on our local machine. Okay, so we can do all the operations like creation of the EC2 instance or S3 bucket like that through the command line. We don't need to log in this portal. Okay, so let me install it. I think it's already I have, but for your knowledge, I will just show you. You can just search. Let me see this exe install AWS CLI Windows. Okay, if you have a Linux, you can just search for the Linux. If you have a MacBook, you can just search for that as well. Okay, let me copy this link here.
So what is the use cases for this AWS CLI?
So whatever the things we can do through the manual, like from the GUI base, so all the operations we can perform through the CLI as well.
So maximally which things using CLI or manual?
In the real-time cases, no CLI or manual. It's using by the infrastructure as a code, Terraform or CDK something. But they have this
O-
feature as well, CLI. I will show
Okay.
you their API based documentation where you can see all the commands basically.
Sir, what
Like
is the
you
mean
can
of
just
CLI?
command line interface. It's a prompt basically, command prompt.
Okay.
I will show you the details part. So to install this, you can see the installation step here. AWS CI installation here. If for now I have Windows machine, so I can just definitely go with this Windows base. Okay. And from here, you can just simply click on this link and you can just download it. Okay. So I think I have already installed last time I have when I had done the practicals. So let me show you that. So normally I use any programmatic things, in fact, Terraform or something. I use this Visual Studio client. Okay, IDE basically. If you have that, so you can use that as well. Or if you don't have, you can just simply install it like a Visual Studio. It's not mandatory to install that for the AWS CLI, but for any coding perspective, when we going forward for this batch for writing the Terraform file or something, we can use that tool. Okay. So meantime, you can definitely just download it, or you can feel free to download later part as well. Just search for the Visual Studio. This one, Visual Studio Code. Okay, where you can write down your code basically. Normally, developer use this tool to write down their node backend or frontend code basically. So I have already shared this link in the chat box. Let me download it. Just simply click on this link and just it will download. Or I can simply search on the start button, just some command prompt. If I just type CMD here, I will get this command prompt right on the Windows machine, on our local machine. Okay, command prompt. If I just simply search AWS hyphen version, I have already installed the AWS CLI, so it will prompt give the output the CLI version. You can see here AWS CLI 2 point and the other version. Okay, so here we can just download it. If you want to install it, simply just click on this exe. Let me show you from there as well. Just go to your download folder, AWS CLI, you can see. Just double click on that. It will start the installation. Okay. Just wait for a few seconds here. Windows installation is very straightforward. Like just we can just get that as graphical wizards, so we can understand what is the next process. But in Linux, we don't get this graphical wizards, so we need to work completely on the command prompt CLI base. It will not take too much time. Might be my system is getting a little bit slow, so that's why it's taking some time. Okay. So I already installed this. Just you can just follow this complete wizard, like just click on next button once it's ready, and just you can whatever the next step like next or some finish, you can just follow that process. Okay, it's not a complex one. It's very straightforward. So I'm just canceling this now because I have already installed that. Okay, you can see the AWS CLI version. Font is better or should I increase it? Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. So now next thing is once you install this AWS CLI, next thing is you need to create one user where you can just get that. Just don't worry for now, just because we will cover this IAMS service section separately. Just for now, I want to just show this AWS CLI. So that's why I'm just creating one user here. It's similar to our Windows machine user. You can just consider. Okay. Once you search this service IAM Internet Identity Access Management. Okay. Just you will navigate to this service. Just from the left side, you can just see users option here. Just click on that. You can see the existing users here. How to create the new user? Simply click on this create user. Give the username like demo admin. I don't want to give this user to a console access similar to me, like I'm just using through this graphical way here, console way. So I don't want to give that console access. Okay, I can just simply go to next. Attach policy, because without policy, we can't execute any services. Policy is basically your permissions, like you need like full access for particular service like EC2 instance, S3 bucket or something. So based on that, you can give the policy. For now, testing purpose, I am just giving the full access like administrator access. Okay. So but in the real time cases, there is a different process. We normally not allow anyone to give the administrator access. Okay. So I will cover in the detail section in that IMA part. Okay. So for now, testing purpose, we are just giving the administrator access. Okay. I just click on next. Simply create a user. So user has been created. The demo admin. Just simply click on that. Then come to this security credentials. Okay. Here, coming to this access key. Okay. Just simply click on this create access key. You can see here. You can select any options like a command line interface. Okay. And just simply click on this and just next and create access key. Okay. So in the normal cases, we are aware like we will get username and password. Okay. But here in the AWS cases, it's credentials like access key and secret access key. It's similar to username password in our normal general use cases. Okay. So just copy this access key. How to configure on our local machine. Once the prerequisite is you need to first install the AWS CLI. Okay. Which we have seen. Now how to configure AWS. Let me increase this font a little bit. If I get options here, font size. Okay. Yeah. I hope it's better for everyone.
Yes.
Okay. So command AWS space configure. Okay. Just two, three commands are there, not more than that. Just AWS configure and press enter. He will ask access key. Okay. So here basically you need to paste the access key. Okay. Where we have copied this here. Okay. Access key and just press enter. Okay. Now again he will ask access secret key. Okay. So from where we can get that, go to AWS console again. Don't refresh this page for now. Okay. Just simply click on this, copy, and again go to back. Just paste here. You can see this random number encrypted format. Okay. And just press enter here. Okay. Sorry. You can see here default region name. Okay. It's showing app south one, which is for the Mumbai basically. Why it's showing default one? Because I already configured these credentials on the local machine. So when I say this region code will require through the graphic command line access programmatic way. So here is the use cases one of the okay. So whatever the regions you are using like Hyderabad, Mumbai, Seoul, Singapore or something, whatever, okay, or North Virginia. So based on that region code you can find from here, okay, under beside your name. So you can just copy this for the Mumbai AP South 1, okay, copy, and you can simply paste it here. If you give here the wrong region code, like you want to configure the create the EC2 servers S3 bucket in Mumbai, but somehow when you give this region code to different region like Oregon, Tokyo or something. So through the command line, if you want to create any S3 buckets, so that resource will create in the that region, not in the Mumbai. Okay, because here you have given the wrong region code. Okay, so just be carefully on that. Just enter the region region code and press enter, and then just simply press enter. Okay, that's it. So that is the process. Any doubts in this process? Just single command you can configure, AWS space configure. So he will ask access key. You can copy from that portal and just paste here. Secret access key, just copy from there. And region name, I just be shown from where we can copy this region code. Okay, and just press enter. So now if I want to check the AWS S3, how much S3 buckets are there in my account? Okay, the command is very simple. AWS S3 ls. Okay, this is the simple command. If I just press enter, whatever the bucket presents in my account, I can show here command line. So you can see the multiple buckets are there. AWS Guruji, Guruji.net, book my project or something. Now, if I want to verify same thing from my AWS console, let me go to the console. You need to secure this credentials, okay? Because if it's normally in the real time cases, it's not recommended to generate the access key and secret key. Okay, you can use IAM role there. We will discuss in this separate section. Okay, so for now, I will not make a confusion here. Simply click on done. Okay, so we are done with this credentials part. So let's go to the AWS S3 service. Just search AWS S3. Sorry, S3 service here. You will navigate to that service. Okay, so you can see here AWS Guruji.net. I have booked my projects like that. Okay, AWS Guruji. So let me search demo bucket. You can see we don't have this bucket name, demo S3 bucket. Let me try to create one of the S3 bucket here. You can simply search AWS S3 bucket CLI, or we can just simply use chatbot here. Okay, just you can just search it right like act as a AWS expert and give me give me commands to create S3 bucket by using AWS CLI. Okay, I can just simply ask this question to ChatGPT. So he will give the commands. So we can try with this command. Let's see if it will work or any gives any issues. He just give the one command output here and just suggesting like replace your bucket name and the region code. Okay, let me copy this. So here we need to add our region name like what we have seen AP South 1. Okay. And then we can just replace the bucket name demo S3 bucket name. Okay. Let me try this. We'll see it will work or not. So we might get some issues here, like a specified location constraint is not incompatibility. Or if I can search normally here, let's see. Let me try this command as well. AWS S3 MB and then bucket name. Okay. Let me change the bucket name here. Demo admin S3 bucket. Okay. See, make a bucket means let's check to go to the AWS console and check the bucket has been created or not. Okay. Demo admin S3 bucket. So let's go to the AWS console. Let me refresh here. Buckets. Let me clear this search. Just refresh it. Okay. And just see. Or we can just filter it out by creation of the date. Okay. Today is the 10th March. You can see demo admin S3 bucket. Okay. So this is one of the example from the CLI as well. You can manage the resources creation and any other operations. Okay. So this kind of we already seen about some of the part like how we can use AWS console graphical way to create the resources S3 bucket or something. But through the command line as well, we can manage this AWS accounts. If I want to delete this bucket again, we can see the command AWS S3 remove bucket target. Let me see the example. Same option, but instead of MB, we can just create the replace it RB remove bucket. Okay. So same thing, we can just this one is a make a bucket option and this one is a remove bucket option. Okay. Just simply change this option and just press enter. Let's see. Let's go to the AWS console and see the bucket deleted or not. Okay. You can see the now bucket number is 11. If I just refresh it, the bucket number got changed 10. So that means the bucket has been deleted. Okay. If I just search here demo, it will not come up here. Okay. So this way you can manage the AWS CLI. So if I give you guys the AWS CLI API active commands, so there are the simple page AWS Amazon.com CLI. So here you will get all the details like all the resources command line commands. Not this one. We just seen example for the S3 bucket, but you can create the EC2 instance, your RDS or any other services, load balancer, all the stuff you can manage through the CLI. There is API. Yeah, I think this one. Yeah, this one. Okay, I will share this. So all the services you can find here. Let me search here. Let's say RDS. See RDS. If I just click on this RDS, you can see all the options like add DB role to DB clusters, then add tag to resources, create DB clusters. If I just click on this, I can see the command option, create DB clusters, then all the other possible options here. Okay. If I look at some examples, you can see here. So whatever the stuffs we use through the graphical way, like we choose the space, MySQL version or a database Postgres version, database version basically, or the instance type. So all those parameters we can pass in the CLI as well, and we can manage. See all the options you will get here. In the real time, we are not using this because now most of the organizations, almost all, they are using the infrastructure as a code tool. Okay, which is might be at your Terraform or your CDK cloud development kit or your cloud formation. Okay, so I will show you, give you this link. This is just for your knowledge because last time I forgot to show you. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah, in this page as well, you will see that command. Okay, AWS configure, then this settings we have just done, right?
Yeah.
If you want to do installation through the Python package, so you can do that as well. But better way for the freshest one, you can just download this exe simply, which I have already shared the link in the chat box. So you can just download this and you can do installation. Once installation complete, you can go to the AWS console, just search your IAM service. Okay, just for the practice purpose, just create one user with the access key and secret key. Okay, and you can just configure on your local machine and you can just try to create any bucket or something, whatever you want. Yeah, I think any doubts for today?
No, no, no. I think we can create using the Cloud Shell also, right?
This one, nah? Yes.
Yeah. We can do that. I think I tried previously. Can you type just AWS config? If it is asking access key, something like that, I think we should go with this as well.
Yeah, this is just a cloud shell, so you can use here. But for
Yeah,
for this option, you need to log into your AWS console first.
correct, correct.
Yeah,
Got it.
that is the one
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
So I think that's all for the today's session. So next session we will see. So before close this, so once you have done with the practicals, okay, so you can just simply remove this credentials. Okay, how you can remove this user? Just search IAM, go to that users. Not there. Users. Okay, just select that demo user, demo admin, and just simply delete it. Okay, just for the confirmation, add the username here, demo admin, and just simply delete users. Okay, so user has been deleted. So if I try to run this command now, so it will not work for me. Okay, it will give the credential issues.
Yeah.
The access can provided does not exist because we have just deleted it. So once you are done with your practicals, you can just delete it simply.
Okay.
So yeah, before wrap up, any questions? So the next session we will see about the complete section of the EC2 where we can launch Windows and Linux based instance, then backup restore, EC2 management of some operation and these other steps as a day 3. then we can just go further onwards. So probably today I will try to cover whatever the 2 sessions covered. Okay. So and I will add these notes in the our shared folder. So you can just download it from your reference purpose.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay then. Thank you for joining. We will see you in the next session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.